This is who Obama gonna be. You can see right now the Russian soldiers, they marching doing the same thing. Obama sitting there with the Russian president, all right? So we can see the same bullshit, right? There goes Obama right there. Okay, the Russians gonna come over here, all the European nations come over here and slave everybody, but then it's gonna be Obama that go down in history as the person that did it, okay? Just tarnish the shit out of us black people. But now look at these white ass devils. Now you trying to tell me all these white devils got a history of doing this shit all over the planet, but then all of a sudden everybody want to talk about Obama, Obama, Obama. That's the reason they put them in there, so everybody could be trying to look at black people as if we're all so fucked up and attack our asses. But you didn't plan on those light ships showing up. See, that's what really threw everything out. See, this is what I'm talking about. All this bullshit. And look, let me show you something. I'm going to show you how you guys perpetuate this shit. Okay, they even put it in color. Let's go put it in color. It's such great footage of us at our best. See the little women happy, throwing soldiers, you know, giving blowjobs and shit. Yeah, go murder people. And then look at Opie ass. He came up to be a cop in here in Vancouver and come to my house fucking with me one day talking about I stole a damn bike. Alright? See, this is how y'all get down. You put that hate shit in your sibling, your small children. Alright? So this guy would probably be about 85 years old right now. Alright? He done lived good after he got taught all this bullshit as a kid. So imagine what he did when he escaped Nazi Germany. Alright, because when everybody was rolling in, you know whose ever son this was. They had money, so of course they took everything off him. They knew not to put no SWAT stickers on him or nothing like that. They were smart. They covered his ass up. Nobody knew who he was. Sent his ass to Portland, Maine. And then he been living in Portland, Maine, demonstrating the same bullshit policies here in America. He probably working in Congress or the House of Representatives or something. You see, look at all these boots. They got all this fancy boot clothing and drums and everything off of the money they stole from the people that they murdered. So this was an organized crime. You see, on a big scale. All those people that went to those concentration camps were victims of theft and murder. They murdered them and then went in their houses and took every item that they had in their house, became the property of the German government. So they made a killing by robbing all those people. And then they took their citizens and let their citizens move into the homes of the people that they moved out. And they plan would have worked really good if it wasn't for the fact that in World War I, some property that belonged to Prussia had been taken by some Russian Jews. And when Hitler got all the power, he took his ass into Lithuania and they told him not to do that. He was ordered not to do that, but since he wanted to settle the score and get Germany's soil back from Russian, which were the Jews, that's where he messed up at. He didn't understand the whole dynamics what was going on because they only told him what he needed to know. They didn't tell him, look boy, you ain't nothing but a puppet to me. We gonna give you all these tanks and everything, but don't you forget, we really running shit. And if you get out of line, I'll get America to come and fuck your ass up. Not only would I get America to do it, I'll get all kind of British allies and all kind of people that's right here in this country, but they ain't gonna do nothing as long as you do what you're told. But you cross the line, and I'm gonna get everything I can and throw it at your ass and tear you up. So they plan this stupid war. Germany's supposed to be against Russia. Actually, Russia and Germany working with each other. They do that all the time. Go in, murder as many citizens as you can. They become fatalities of war. But what we're really doing secretly is getting their ass off the planet so we could steal all their shit. And then we could have rooms all over Britain with 115 bedrooms in it, and we have a family of 5 people that live in there. While a Tsar be running around finding it hard as hell to get his tooth pulled. And a Tsar have to live under those circumstances in order to build a case against you motherfuckers. Because what would it look like me coming to the earth with so much riches in my pocket that I don't have to suffer and go through anything? So how could I prove how fucked up you made it for everybody? So all the people out there that say I don't have shit, I want you to know something. I am a universal prosecutor. Okay? The problem is you don't have a brain because you can't see past materialism. You can't see me for what I am because you don't know who you are. So how the fuck can you know who I am? So you need to shut the hell up and keep your opinion to yourself until you recognize the fact that I own you. You just don't know that. and I don't want to own you, and that's the reason you don't own that. Don't know that, because if I truly wanted you to know how much I owned your ass, you would have already recognized that a long time ago. But I told you flat off the top that this is my planet. And so I guess if I own the planet, that would make me own everything that's on it. I can prove that to you, because all I got to do is say I don't want you here, and you'll be gone. And I've already said that. So you should start packing your shit. See, this little badass little boy, they taught him that shit. And look at this same Britain shit that you see right now. Same Britain shit. I mean Russia stuff. But this is all that is. Britain, London, all that together. See the poverty? Do you see the poverty of the people that's not doing well? Sleeping outdoors and shit. See? Same thing you see right here in America right now. See how they starved that little girl? Do you see how fucked up you white men are? This is what they do. They did it to us. It was called slavery when they did it to us black people. And of course it was ordained in their Christian Bible. Alright? It tells you right in that Bible how their God ordained slavery. See, that's why I don't want to have nothing to do with no white man religion, because they use God to commit crimes. Their God is just dog spelled backwards. So it's all a brain trick. And the only reason I say God is because I've been on the planet with them where they done forced everybody to use their language and read their books and everything. So we all fucked up like them. But see, there was a time when they was living with those dogs and they was suckling on those dogs and using their lactating fluids coming out of those dog nipples so they could stay alive when they was up there in Europe and couldn't find food. So of course their dog would have been their God. So that's what they did. They spelled dog backwards and gave it the reverence of a God. And then they created some white man, Jesus Christ, and called him the son of God, meaning to say the son of a dog, because that's exactly how they act, like dogs. That's exactly how they act. You can't tell me there's anything glamorous about this, and you white people will go down in history being proud as hell that your race is the race that is responsible for this type of activity. You can't get no one on the earth to say anything was wrong with what America did to us melanated people for all the times. And even to this day, y'all all sit around and see us doing so bad and don't believe in your heart that we should be compensated for being murdered on our soil and then our soil being taken from us so y'all can come over here and live good and do all this hooshy scooshy and the shit all over the damn planet. Drinking freaking egg creams and shit, okay? And Pepsi, and smoking cigarettes, and injecting heroin, and fucking in the backseat of the car. And all that decadence just spread to everybody. See? See? That shit just spread to everybody. And then everybody started mimicking y'all as is. Now here we is, a race of god and goddesses that don't want to do shit but act like you white people. And we are some freaking world-class people. We're not supposed to be doing the stuff that they do. That's their barbaric behavior. We're not supposed to be acting like that. We act with all the violence and all the drinking and all the smoking and all the sex and all the ungodly shit we do is because we was taught all that shit by these people right here. So we were taught to be ignorant. That's the truth. You know, it's like learned ignorance is what it is. So, you know, I don't know what to say other than what I've said. And there's a reason for it, because I want you all to see that tree and fruit barely gets far from each other. And the fruit won't roll uphill. What that means is that the reason that our circumstance on the earth is faced with another madman, okay, and I'm not talking about Barack Obama, I'm talking about those white men behind him. He's just the scapegoat, just like Hitler was the scapegoat. Look, they gave him that ugly ass lady. No wonder he just lost his damn mind and just started murdering every damn body. I'd have did the damn same thing if I had to have that ugly ass lady. And I don't say that to be mean, it's just true. It's just really true. You can see the type of man that Hitler was. So what type of woman must she have been to want to be involved with something like that? Just hear what I'm saying. I am not trying to be mean. But now we know what this guy do. Okay? So what type of person must she have been to want to be sleeping around with him, you know? I mean, think about it. I guess she was in it for the materialism. Do you want to know what I really know? I bet you Hitler was fooling around with a lot of those men his ass was with more than he was touching that lady, because that's the reason he didn't go get him a real fine ass lady. She was just a front. Otherwise, how can you be Hitler and not have the bombest, finest lady in town? Think about it. I know I wouldn't have wanted her. You better believe I would have had me a fine ass little woman. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't have even been doing none of that Hitler shit. So I don't ever want to compare myself to him. But what I'm saying is that when you got that type of power, you can find you a beautiful woman if she want to be with you. That's what I'm saying. The type of woman I would have wanted would have not wanted to have nothing to do with my ass, because you better believe she would have been like, no, I got way too much class to be wanting to be with your, wanting to murder everybody else on the planet ass. And look how goofy he looked. I mean, look how so goofy looking. You know what I'm saying? With that stupid ass mustache he was wearing. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just telling the truth. For all that to go on, you cannot just give that goofy looking, unorthodox, uncoordinated, cumbersome man all the credit for all that British strategic planning. He did not do that. Okay? He did not. You had the best war officials available, all sitting around like knights at the round table planning all that strategy. They're not going to let Germany take the responsibility for all that criminality by themselves. Hitler did not do all that shit by himself. We all know that, okay? See this stupid shit, look. You can see all the wealth they got. Stole it from everyone. Look at them. Just evil ass people. Stupid ass flags. It's sad. Look at him. Paying homage to his ass for being a murderer. What did I say? Look at the wealth. And look at the dumbass people that's all probably in hell right now, all of them, for supporting this shit. See, this is brainwashing. All these people supporting this evil that he did. He probably used the same bullshit propaganda that made you white people hate us black people so much. That's what they do. They give you a whole bunch of bullshit. And then here's the obelisk. See it? See? And then an American flag. Okay? Got the nerves to tell Hitler to cease barbarism when they have fired Hitler. This is not the dark ages. You got nerves. You motherfuckers had 500 years of abuse to us melanated people, but you didn't even see us as people because our skin was brown or black. So you said we was 3/5 human. Well, they ain't white, so they not really people. No, those are barbaric. The whole concept of knowing you was so shallow-minded to think that way. We not people, but you guys was raping our women all up in their asses and everything. You know, you could see that they had vaginas, breasts, and assholes, but since their skin was brown, you use that as a foolish attempt to try to cover up your crime.